We're really looking forward to chatting with you about how you can use innovation in your day-to-day course of your job and or life. I want to talk to you about reframing and flipping. A lot of times whenever people are tasked with solving a problem, they take the very first idea that they have and they run with it. Versus whenever you get to reframe an idea, you get to think of different perspectives and have a much more holistic way of solving a problem. So we're going to show you how to apply this in your daily life.
Alright, for the past 2 months, there has been 14 break-ins and burglaries in our community. How can we change that number?
I think we should put more bars on people's windows. It'll keep people out.
With more patrols, then there'll be less burglaries.
Hang on, there's another way that we could flip and or reframe this idea.
There were 14 burglaries. How can we change this 14 number?
Or maybe we should be thinking about this from a different perspective and think about how can we reduce the number of people that are being burglared.
How can we think about that?
Like, why are there so many burglars?
It's a very good question.
Maybe we could provide community support for these burglars and funding. I hope that was really helpful with the reframing. We've got another great idea for you. Fail early and fail often. A lot of times you can put a lot of resources and time behind an idea without knowing if it really works. So this technique is such that you can kind of implement something really quickly and learn from it and keep that part of the cycle. Again, we're going to show you how this can apply to your daily life.
So, we are going to make our community safer by following this 5-year plan. First, we're going to hire a full-time staff and build 10 community centers. And then we will partner with other cities and expand it until we have a nationwide network of 50 community centers with 50,000 housing units.
Hold on. How are we going to learn from all these techniques and how do we know they're going to work?
Dana, do you have any idea?
Well, I think that we should test some of these ideas using the lean startup method of testing ideas and hypotheses around some of our solutions that are make or break, doing it on a small scale in a very cheap way, and then scaling those up if they do work. So for example, if we think that community centers might work, what's our underlying hypothesis? Maybe it's that partnerships of a certain form with certain groups in the community will help us create a safer New Haven. So maybe we should identify 1 or 2 nonprofits that we think are doing work that would really help make the community safer, pilot some activities with them in the community, see if those work, have metrics around what we define as success, and then if that works, try to scale that up on a larger way.
In learning how to fail often and fail fast in order to learn and apply those lessons. Now we want to take a look at how you're working within your organization at the police department. A lot of people on the ground are going to have the best insights into what's going on, but a lot of times that's the absolute hardest information to get to the top where the decisions are happening. So I'm going to show you some examples of how you can work within your teams, within a hierarchical organization to apply some good solutions.
Oh, look at all my police officers working out there. Oh, I think they should patrol this way. Let me send an email telling them to do it.
I just got an email from the chief. That is not going to work. What are they thinking? I'm going to send a really angry email reply.
I just got an email. Who is this person? That's not even a sergeant. And what is this
wait. This is not an effective communication style in order to get the voices heard of the organization. How can a middle manager step in and help facilitate this?
Hi, Direct Report Officer Number
Hello.
1.
Well, thank you for meeting with me. I've been having some issues with the chief police officer. I mean, some of his initiatives are just not going to work on the ground.
And I think you have a lot of experience, and a lot of the ideas that you sent me over email about what you think might be better were really great. But I think that, one way, the probably most effective way to get that done, though, is I know that this is our organizational chart, and there are other captains that are working on initiatives that really align well with yours. So I think that this captain has those initiatives coming up in 2 weeks and really has the ear of the chief. So if we can get his buy-in as well, I think we can make this work.
Okay, we should make some cross-sectional alliances.
Definitely.
Okay, great.
You now have some tools to be able to work within your organization to really harness communication at the top and the bottom level of the organizations. But oftentimes you're working within entirely different organizations that make up a complex system. The police department, for example, has to work with lots of different city organizations. So let's check out a situation where you might have to play one of those facilitator roles.
Downtown seems to be a problematic area. I think it would be improved if we bring in more businesses. Let's make this area a commercial zone.
Meanwhile, across town,
How can I reduce crime in New Haven? I think downtown is also a very problematic area. Maybe I'll just build some fancy condos.
hold on. These are both valid opinions and great ideas, but how could we bring these people together?
So I'm part of the police department, and based on my conversations with different people in the city, I know that in this commercial zone that the city planner's deciding to come up with, the developer is trying to actually build a residential area within this commercial area, which wouldn't fly. So I'm going to invite the developer and the city planner in to convene together to find a solution and a way to work together.
Hi, Dana.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you for joining me today. So I've noticed that both of you are trying to address the same issue of reducing crime in the city and promoting economic development. But you're coming at it from 2 really different angles right now that are not going to be able to work together. So as a neutral convener, I wanted to give us this opportunity to find ways that we can find a solution that really complements each other.
That sounds great. We all want to reduce the crime rate in downtown New Haven.
And we hope this was helpful. Remember, anyone can be an innovator, so as you begin to apply these techniques in your police department, don't forget to reframe and flip your ideas to get a different perspective.
And don't be afraid to experiment and fail lots of times until you succeed.
And despite the police department being a very hierarchical structure, you can use key players and work across divisions to innovate within your organization.
And remember, don't forget the complex systems that you often work with and the importance of convening other key stakeholders that might not be a part of your organization, but that are critical to success.
Bye, Dana.
Good luck!